Welcome to State Insurance USA Cares podcast, where we celebrate the heart of our communities. Each episode, we highlight local charities and nonprofits who are bringing hope, help, and healing to those who need it most. Get ready to be inspired by the amazing stories of people making a difference, because together, we care.
Welcome, Fort Myers Beach good neighbors. Today we have a good neighbor across the island, Nicole McHale from Community Housing and Resources. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, always. I know we met a little while ago, but pleasure to meet you and share your story with our listeners. So without further ado, let's jump right in. People that aren't familiar with what you do at Community Housing and Resources.
Sure. Community Housing and Resources, we are housing for the workforce and the seniors on Sanibel and Captiva, although we do service Lee County.
Okay.
Obviously, that's where the workforce comes from.
Very nice, very nice. So what's the story behind how the organization got started to begin with?
It's a great story. 50 years ago, when the city of Sanibel wanted to incorporate, the state told them they had to have an affordable housing program, which was brilliant back in the 70s.
Yeah.
So for the first 5 years, nothing happened. And then Community Housing and Resources incorporated as a nonprofit and became the housing foundation for Sanibel. Since that time, we have 65 apartments located on 8 different properties. We did have 76 before the storm, Hurricane Ian, and we lost 11 of them.
Wow.
One was a 10 one-bedroom, one-bath building. But the great news, we are rebuilding. And tomorrow we are having our groundbreaking to build a 15 one-bedroom, one-bath building.
Wow, that is awesome. Congrats on that. It's been a long time coming, right?
Yes, almost 3 years. But,
Wow.
patience pays off.
That's it. Like everything around the area, it's coming back, right? And that's a good thing.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
So how does your organization, kind of serve the residents of, the community here in Lee County compared to other types of organizations in the area?
Well, our program, we house every single service industry that's out here. So whether it's first responders, teachers, restaurant, retail, island water, nonprofit employees, every type of service industry we are housing. And we house the individuals that are living outside of the community. It's such a long commute for them, and it's we find that if an individual lives closer to where they work, not only is it a better quality of life for them, but it also better supports the community, because the individuals, their children are attending the Sanibel school. They are volunteering in the community as well as working in the community. And our organization charges 30% of income for rent, which keeps it affordable.
Yeah, because that commute can get pretty long, and not necessarily the tolls involved and the stress involved in driving back and forth as well. That's not easy, right?
Yes. And we identified that 30% of our residents don't own a vehicle.
Wow.
So if you're earning minimum wage, it's very difficult for you to own a vehicle, pay for the toll to come over, pay for the upkeep of the vehicle, pay for gas. So it better supports communities to have that live local opportunity.
Yeah, keep the people in the community. And yeah, even if you took a Uber, that would be uber expensive, right?
Uber expensive, yes.
Exactly. So what are you most proud of accomplishing for the community out here in Sanibel?
Well, after the storm, all of the properties had damage and our residents were displaced. And I'm most proud of the effort that it took to rebuild the apartments and the buildings to make them as safe as possible, to bring back the residents as soon as we could that wanted to come back. That was our objective, was to make sure that they were living in a safe environment. And since that time, not only our residents, but we're finding individuals who are calling and applying for housing. Out of about 150 in a year, 45 of those individuals have been working and homeless. They've been
Wow.
out of their cars, they've been living on the floors of businesses they work at, or they're couch surfing. And it's another effect of what a devastating storm does to a community.
And they're essential employees because, businesses need people to work. And if they can't get people to come out and work, the business fails in the long term as well. So
Absolutely. And we're finding out here, there's a number of businesses that are opening, but they're limited hours that they can open because they can't find employees. So one of the things that the board decided to do is offer our residents an opportunity to take a second job. And we're not going to count it towards rent. So that way, our residents could have some financial stability while
Yep.
also supporting the businesses out here.
I love that. Love that idea. So speaking along those lines, what's your biggest challenge that you're facing right now and how can the community help, I guess?
Our biggest challenge is having enough housing. It's wonderful that we're going to be building housing, but we have a long wait list of individuals. And I tell everybody, apply, get on the wait list, even though it's going to take a long time. But there's opportunity to find more land to build more housing. And it's funding. It's all about funding those opportunities. We've been fortunate enough that our project is a $7 million project and we have raised $6.8 million.
Wow.
So I'm confident that we're going to receive the other 200,000 that we need. But there is opportunity to build more. And it's important for communities, not just to think of today, how we have to support our community today, but to be sustainable for the future. So how can we plan for the future to be able to build more housing and be able to support the housing that we need? Obviously, we're subsidizing the housing, but we need the individuals that are servicing our communities to live out here.
Absolutely. So could you share maybe a behind the scenes look at what a typical day might be for your organization?
Well, we are all over the place. So we don't have a typical day. We are constantly moving and grooving. This is normally, everybody says, oh, it's, off season, you're going to slow down. No, we're full force. We are planning our benefit, which is going to be November 21st and 22nd. I believe those are the dates. But we're going to have a Winter Wonderland Festival of Trees at the Sanibel Community House. On Friday, we're going to have a community day. We have 20 different trees that would be decorated by organizations and individuals in the community, and 18 wreaths. And on Saturday, we'll be auctioning them off. But we wanted to create something magical out here. We need something magical. So we want the community to come and be taken away. And we're going to have Santa and the Grinch. And we're also tying it in with the business. So we are holding a decorating contest for the businesses and encouraging them to decorate. And we're going to create a map that people can go out and they can vote on best overall, funniest design, storybook design. We have about 6 different categories. And for all the stamps that they get at the businesses that they visit, they go into a drawing to win a large gift basket of items from the business community. So we're making it as community engaging as we can.
Right. Bringing the community together, getting people out to see, because there is a lot, it's been a long time, but there's a lot that's coming up and changing and, and reopening, which is, we need to support those
Yes.
businesses. It's been a tough couple of years. So whatever we can
Yes.
do to help support them as well.
And everybody has to remember the beaches are still the same. They're still here. We still have sunrise. We still have sunset, and we're still magical. So we need people to come visit.
They are. And, you know what? On the good side, they're a little quieter too right now, right?
Yes.
Because there's not as many people or activity going on. So it's more of a natural side of Florida that you can get out there and
Yes. You can
enjoy the
find the
water.
better shells now.
Yes, that's the important part. Absolutely. So looking ahead, what are your hopes for the future and how do you see the community kind of playing a part in that journey?
My hope for the future of the community is that we are going to be a sustainable community, that we're already a community of fighters. We are a supportive community, just like Fort Myers Beach. This is a remarkable area. When there is a devastation, people are at their best and they come together, and we are all willing to rebuild our community to make it as magical as possible. And I already see that happening. I know tomorrow when we have our groundbreaking, we're going to have people come out and support us in droves because it's the excitement of the rebuild and seeing our community coming back. And I see that for the future. We've had it in the past, we have it today, and I see that moving forward in the future.
Perfect. I love it. How would our residents go about contacting you or if they wanted to learn more or actually support you guys and help you?
Yes. Well, we have our website, which is sancapchr.org. You can visit our website and learn anything that you need to know about us. We have our application on there if anybody's interested in applying for housing. And you could call the office anytime. We help everybody through an application process. Our phone number is 239-472-1189. And we also are willing to go above and beyond. So we understand that people are calling for housing, applying for housing, and we can't help them immediately. We know that. But in our name is community housing and resources, and we are supplying resources. If we can't help you, we are turning you to the agencies that have the resources in the area that you're in. So whether you need immediate housing, whether you need food, whether you need medical assistance, we're making sure that we go above and beyond to not just help our residents with those needs, but also individuals that are out there in our community to help them.
Absolutely. And like you mentioned, it's a big part, supporting the community, supporting the businesses is one thing, but supporting the people that are working at the businesses is the other side of it. And we need those people. They're essential. They're essential workers. So
We do.
I
Yes. We have found that we started telling our residents stories, marketing wise, and we're interviewing our residents. We are taking their photographs of where they are in their life, whether it's at work or they're with their children. And we find that we all hear about housing and affordable housing, and it's important. But when you read the story of the individual who is servicing you in the community, you see their face, you say, you know what? That's the person. When I go to my favorite restaurant, they know what I eat, they know what I drink, they know my family that I bring in there, but I don't know about them. I don't know where they're living. I don't know if they have a family. I don't know how far of a drive they have. And when you read those stories, it hits your heart and you understand we're talking about people. It's all about people.
And I love that. I love that you're doing that as well too, because it's important to share those stories. brings the community together, to understand where your neighbors are coming from and the people that are working in your favorite businesses, what their journey's been, and I
Yes.
think that's important. So kudos to you for doing that. I love what you guys are doing. Um, how would well, I already asked you about how they would go about contacting you, but any last words for our listeners today?
I want everybody to have hope and just keep taking those steps forward. There's always going to be a setback. We have to be flexible. We never know. Last year we were hit with more storms. But if we just keep moving forward a little bit, we're going to get a lot done. And I want everybody to remember that. Like behind you is that
Yeah.
beautiful sky. That's
Yep.
what we're all reaching for. It's there, and we just have to keep moving forward towards it. And we're going to make our communities better. We're going to be stronger for it, and we're going to live our best lives.
That's what it's all about. Nicole, it's been a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you for everything you're doing for the
Thank
community
you
and the
so
people in
much.
the
I
community. Yes,
appreciate it.
absolutely. Well, we'll see you at the beach soon. I'll get the shells before you get there, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. You have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks. You too.
Thank you for joining us on State Insurance USA Cares. We hope today's story uplifted and inspired you. If you'd like to support or learn more about the incredible work happening in your community, visit stateinsuranceusa.com or call 239-567-9992. You can also visit CaboWaboGym.com. Until next time, be sure to let your sun shine and keep sharing good and positive vibes wherever the waves take you.